Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Hidden Magicks. We're so glad to have you here tonight. Before we get started, I'm going to let my players take a chance to introduce their lovely selves, starting, as always, on my right with Alicia.
Hey, I'm Alicia. I'll be playing Jade Minot, just a regular old mercenary from Shura. Yeehaw!
On down to AJ.
Hi, I should introduce myself. I'm AJ, and I'm going to be playing Keon, your very basic, normal, not human, bugbear fighter.
On over to Darby.
Hi, I'm Darby, and I'm going to be playing Connie, your completely normal human cleric.
And last but not least, on up to D.
Hi, my name's Dee, and I'll be playing Odias, the very irregular aberrant mind sorcerer.
And my name is Harper. I will be your dungeon master for this evening. Previously...
Darby, you don't need to lie to the audience anymore. We all know.
Well, Connie is a normal human cleric.
We all know, Darby. You don't have to lie
everyone
anymore.
else in the world. There are maybe 3 other people outside of the party that know about who Connie is.
But anyway, previously on Hidden Magicks, our group of mercenaries was sent on a contract to the Darmond Forest to root out a group of bandits, who turned out to not be bandits, but the elves and half-elves and humans who make a conclave there practicing their magic in the old ways. Together with an old friend from Connie's past, they managed to repel the forces that were seeking out this conclave, including an arbiter. And in gratitude, the elders of the conclave passed on a few gifts to our intrepid party, after which they made their way back to their cart. Connie briefly spoke with the dead spirit of the arbiter, who revealed a secret of one of our other party members, which then resulted in multiple secrets being shared, such as Odias being in fact a changeling, and Connie being not human, but moonborn. They are on their way now to the city of Kin, where they hope to accomplish a number of tasks. And that is where we are picking up our story. You are staying overnight in the Pitted Plum Inn. Is there anything that anyone would like to do with their evening?
I want to leave the inn.
Okay.
And just go a ways out into an open area and play the viol.
Okay. So as you exit the inn after a meal, the sky is a deep purple, almost blue. The sun has gone down in the west. And you are actually in the middle of an orchard.
Okay. So I'll just find a particular area where I'm far enough away from the inn that I don't bother anyone with the sound and just practice.
All right. And you do so. What is everyone else doing while Odias is practicing the viol?
I think in my room, I'm just kind of just still like meditating with this new shield, and once I become attuned to it, I will just like take out my crossbow and just like see like how this shield works.
Certainly. So as you are sitting on your bed, because the ceilings, this is a halfling-run establishment, the rooms would already be considered cozy. You are 7 feet tall. This room is a little bit cramped for you. So you are sitting on the bed as you attune. Once you have sat with this shield, studying it and the arcane runes for the better part of an hour, you feel it grow light in your hand and lift up to levitate in front of you, with the guard side facing outward. As you pull out your crossbow and aim it around the room, you see that the shield responds instinctively to you. And if you point it straight ahead of you, the shield will move so as to not block your line of sight. And as you move around, you see that it occasionally is hovering in front of you, sometimes will move to cover your back. And roll for me an intelligence check.
I'm plenty smart. Wow, my dice literally just bounced in place and didn't go anywhere. That is going to be an 11.
An 11. So you get the sense that this thing, you're not consciously telling it where to go. It's just hovering around you. And you don't really know how it picks where to be. But
Makes sense.
it's not getting in your way.
Very nice. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Yeah, I think, yeah. Just gotta keep on, like, taking out, like, the dagger and taking out... I don't think I can take out my glaive or warhammer in this space, but he's gonna just assume, just like, yeah, okay.
You could probably take out your dagger in this space.
Yeah. So, other than that, I think Keon's just gonna just like do some cleaning on the glaive and the dagger.
Okay. Jade and Connie, what are you all doing with your night?
Are there any other patrons in this inn, or is it just the children?
There do not appear to be any other patrons in the inn, but there are quite a lot of children. You previously thought that maybe it was 7. As they have all calmed down and taken their meal around one big table in the common area, you see that there are actually 11 children.
Oh my god! What the? Okay. I'm just gonna. Can I do tarot readings for them? I'm not gonna take their money. I'm just like doing cute, like, you know, like kids at like carnivals and like there's like the fortune teller. Connie will do like some of that to any of them who come up to her.
Sure. So as you pull out your tarot deck and spread your cloth on the table and start shuffling the cards, you see that many of the children look over very excitedly to see what it is that you're doing. And a couple of the braver ones kind of shuffle over to you. They're keeping a fair distance.
Hi. You want to get your future read?
Hi, sure.
What's your name?
My name is Alice.
Alice, nice to meet you. My name's Connie.
Nice to meet you, Connie.
Okay, I am not giving them legitimate readings. I'm just doing cute shit for kids.
Okay.
We are just doing like major arcana because it has the pretty images on them. And Connie is like, you know, like not like has surreptitiously taken out the cards like death and the hanging man and things like that.
Okay.
Yeah. Devil. Yeah.
Go ahead and roll for me an insight check. Let's see how well you do.
Yeah. Insight. Okay, that's a dirty 20.
A dirty 20. So of the 11 children, about 5 seem interested in having their fortunes read. And these children wear their emotions on their faces. Mm-hmm. They are incredibly easy for you to read. And you see that after you've given them their fortunes, telling them their futures, each one of them seems very happy about it. You've given all of them good news. And you see that their mother, who is the woman running the bar, looks somewhat amused by this whole thing. Mm-hmm. And as you are finishing up, she will bring you a flagon of fruit wine in thanks.
Oh, thank you kindly. You have some real cute and rambunctious kids here.
Thank you. Yeah, they're a handful, but they help. The whole orchard is ours, not just the inn, so.
Oh, wow. Do you get many travelers around this area?
A fair few. We're a decent enough distance out from kin that people like to stop for the evening. It's generally, you came at a good time. It's pretty picturesque right now. Probably starting next week, we're gonna have almost everybody out in the fields.
Lovely. Do you sell your fruit around here? I'm just saying, I drink the fruit wine, regardless of how it tastes. Connie will say something to the effect of like, "This is really lovely wine. Did you make it here? Do you sell this around these parts?"
So you take a sip of the wine, and it's a very sweet, but well-spiced plum wine. And she's like, yes, I brew everything myself. We do sell, not very much. It's not a huge business, but it, helps covers cost.
Well, this is maybe some of the best fruit wine I've ever had, and I traveled quite a bit, man.
Oh, well, thank you so much. I could probably find a bottle for you if you'd like.
I would love that. That would be just the finest, darnest thing.
All right. So she'll go in the back and she'll bring out a purple glass bottle with a wax seal across the top. And you can purchase that for 5 silver.
Oh, easy.
And you have pitted plum wine.
5 silver. I'll give her 10 copper and 4 silver, because 10 copper to 1 silver, right? Yeah, I am just evening out my stores because I hate keeping track of them.
All right. And Jade, while Connie is telling fortunes in the main room, Keon's off in his bedroom, Odias has disappeared out into the orchard, what are you doing with your evening?
And you said it was a couple who ran this inn?
Mm-hmm.
Is this other half of the couple, attending the bar or something while conversation is happening?
You've seen the wife tending the bar. You can assume that her partner is... You can hear banging around in the kitchen. You assume that that's who made your meals.
Gotcha. All right. Because that was... Jade would talk to whoever was at the bar. Just kind of inquire, just like, all right, good evening. Thank you for your hospitality. I was wondering, I don't know how often you get folks through here, but was there any news coming from people traveling the other direction as of late?
Oh, you mean traveling from kin?
Yeah.
Not a whole lot of news. Although I did hear that there was apparently, oh gosh, this must have been 3 weeks ago, an arbiter passed through kin. 2 arbiters. A team of them. Heard that there were a couple of bandits that got apprehended closer over to Trivik. Let's see. You can see that she's kind of racking her head for news that travelers would be interested in. I mean, there's always the local gossip, but beyond that, that's the big pieces of news that we've had.
It's fair. I've been thinking about it lately. When was the last time you had rain in these parts?
Oh, gosh. Well, we aren't so concerned with rain here. We're close enough to kin that we can take advantage of the aqueducts, but, oh gosh, it must have been at least 3 seasons.
My, yeah. I was just wondering since you have the orchard and everything, but yeah, if you're close enough to the aqueduct, I guess. Good for you.
Yeah, it keeps the younger kids running, bringing water to and from, and we get a few barrels delivered every now and then for just general use around the inn.
All right. Good enough. Yeah. I was just curious since we're headed that direction. I figure, well, hey, if I can get ahead of trouble when I can, I try to.
Of course. Have you ever been to Kin before?
I have actually, before Jade says that, has she?
Up to you. Have you been to Kin before? It is near the western border of Oncalo. It shares a border with... Ooh, map.
Yeah, so I was trying to, I know, where'd the map go? Shoot. It's probably pinned in the thing. I have forgotten. Yes, it is pinned. So, Ken is on... Okay, so you said it's the western edge of Oncalo?
Yes. So it is near the border to another region.
Like Gindash or Brugo?
Thank you, Jindash.
Jindash.
So it's very close to the border with Jindash.
So I'd say, so Jade would say, I have, but it's been quite a while. That's about as far out as I've ever gone. It's been a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, then, you don't need me to tell you. This time of year, you're gonna probably see quite a few people in the markets. If you like fresh fruit, fresh produce, a lot of people tend to do the slaughtering around this time of year as well, so...
Alright. Fair enough. Alright, thank you. Thank you very much. And Jade will leave, I don't know, let's say 5 silver tip.
Alright, she says, oh, thank you very much.
Well, I believe in fair price and leaving everybody with a smile if I can.
Well, that's very generous of you.
Alright, and then Jade will just kind of, enjoy her meal. She'll probably stay downstairs for a while until, Odias gets, because she knows Odias didn't, go upstairs to the room, right? Okay.
You all, unless Odias took pains to mask their leaving, you all saw them leave through the front door.
Okay. So in that case, Jade would probably stay downstairs quite a while, probably until Odias gets back in, and if we're nearing the midnight hour, she'd probably go find them.
Okay. How long would you say that you're out in the orchard, Odias?
I don't know how late it is, but Odias's practice is usually 2.5 hours.
Okay.
So I don't know if that crosses that midnight threshold that Jade mentioned or not, but...
Not quite. You didn't roll into this inn super late at night, so it's probably around 9 or 10 o'clock when you finish. We'll call it 10 o'clock. So it is truly dark out now, and you can see stars and the full moon in the sky.
I'll pick a plum off of one of the orchard plants, and then...
That's stealing.
Yeah, it is. And then eat it by the time I get back to the inn.
Okay. It is very delicious.
And yeah.
Okay.
I'll just walk in, obviously looking... I don't look like Odias at the moment because we're around people, so I'm half orc. But, I will find a child and give them a coin.
Okay.
With probably no explanation outside of that. I was just like, here, would you like to, for the next time you see something you want to buy?
Oh, thanks, mister. And you see that one of the older boys has been cleaning tables in here before, presumably heading off to bed. He says, oh, thanks.
No problem. And then I'll begin to head upstairs.
Okay, and you see Jade waiting for you at the bar at one of the tables.
Hello. I didn't know that you all would still be up.
I mean,
Ooh.
want to make sure everybody makes it safe. But not that I don't think you can't handle yourself, but yeah, stuff happens.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
No problem. Want your personal time, I can leave you though. It's up to you.
No, you're fine. I just not used to it, is all. So, adjusting.
We'll work at it at your pace. Unless I think you're being a butthead, then we'll do my pace.
Fair enough, I suppose. Well, I am actually quite tired, so and we'll make their way up to their room.
Once everybody's in, Jade will go ahead and head up and go to sleep too.
All right. And you all pass a fairly comfortable evening. Keon, the bed's a little small for you. This establishment is not built to accommodate 7-foot-tall patrons. In fact, the only one who definitely feels very comfortable in the bed that they are given is Connie. Everyone else wakes up a little, feeling like they were just a little cramped. But a long rest nonetheless. And you all are about a day's wagon ride away from kin.
Shoot, I remember something I wanted to do at the night.
Yes, what would you like to do?
I would like to have cast Sending to the High Priestess in Chivik.
Okay. So High Priestess, I believe it was Liliana?
Liliana? Yeah,
Yes.
I think it was Liliana.
Certainly. What would you like to send to her?
Makes me deal with demons. Greetings. This is Connie. Going to be longer than expected, but all is well. Wanted to check in on legal situation and new wards. Thanks much.
And you'll receive a reply. The trial date is a few days away. And we have mixed hopes of success. The new arrivals are settling in rather well. Not much more to report. Blessings of the moon guide you.
Thanks. Fuck! My holy books are in the other room again! God damn it! And then I will do ascending to Ren, but I will keep that private.
All right. Just a midnight sending.
You up?
So a booty call.
Yeah.
You're doing a booty sending?
Mm-hmm.
You up? No,
Booty butt cheeks.
just something. I'll figure it out later, but it's not like critically important.
All right. So you all wake up in the morning, are fed a very hearty breakfast, mostly consisting of pastries with plum in them.
I would like to get up especially early when I start to hear noise in the kitchen and cast greater invisibility on myself and just stand in the kitchen while they cook.
Sure, okay.
Already tired. I'm already tired.
All right, so you do. So you actually start to hear the movements of the innkeeper and her husband moving around very early before the sun has actually risen. But you start to hear these sounds of moving around downstairs. You hear the sounds of the mother underneath your feet going and knocking at doors, getting children up and ready for the day. And it's no problem for you to invisibly walk down the stairs. The family quarters are on the main floor, so you don't have to pass any of them. and you can just slide your way into the kitchen behind the curtain. And you can see a stout, very red halfling man moving around at a halfling-sized kitchen. So the stove probably comes up to about your mid-thigh. And you can see that he is just bustling around, making pancakes, getting bread for the day made, starting to cook up some meat that the rest of you can smell cooking as you all wake up.
Dope.
All right, and there's a very hearty breakfast of bacon and sausage and eggs and lots of plum goods. You sense that there is a bit of a specialty here.
God bless. Maltion or Odias won't eat. They'll just go straight to the cart and just sit with their book until people come outside.
Okay. So the rest of you, after breakfast, make your way out to the cart and find Odias sitting there in half-orc form.
Morning,
right.
Giants.
Morning.
Morning.
You want to take first shift, or
Oh God. Sure. Yes.
you don't have to.
I am not unwilling to. Animals just don't really like me for some reason.
They
Usually.
apparently they don't like me much either. Going by how I drive this cart.
Well, if we make it there, we're gonna make it there before nightfall.
Yes, you assume about nightfall, because you were told that it was about a day and a half away.
I can, do the command the cart.
Mm-hmm.
Certainly. I will ride shotgun to Connie.
Alright.
Blacksmith's in the back, as per usual. I don't know why I said that in an accent. That's definitely Alicia thought, and not Jade out loud.
Alright.
All right, whoever
The
is
whole-
driving,
I
an
want
animal
to
handling check, please.
I would like to give the horse a plum that I will, before we head out, just like, here you go. We have plums, now you get to have some plum too.
Ya plum done did it now.
All right.
What did I name the horse last time?
Baxter, I believe.
Baxter, because there was a yes, yeah.
Yeah, Baxter's
sounds-
middle name is, now Sugar Plum.
Does Baxter have a last name?
He does now.
Okay.
His last name his last name is James.
Okay,
Crazy.
Baxter Sugarplum
Crazy that.
James the horse. Okay.
James. Baxter!
God damn you, Darby.
He knows exactly what I'm referencing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so happy that I don't. So I believe you said it was Connie who's driving the cart, or is it Odias who's driving the cart?
Connie.
I'm
Connie.
just riding shotgun.
Okay. Connie, go ahead and give me an animal handling check.
If anything happens to James Baxter, I will cry. Animal.
Baxter James?
Baxter James, sorry. The copyright.
Oh.
Already,
Baxter
you
James.
already messed up his name.
15.
Okay. And Odias, I would please like an Arcana check from you for that.
Yep.
So Connie, there is not much trouble on the road. It's an Empire road. It's very smoothly paved. It's wide enough for 3 wagons to fit comfortably. You're having no trouble.
I'm also. Is driving the car taking all my attention, or can I scan the?
It's taking most of your attention. You do have other senses that are available to you to keep watch. So I'd say that you can just make a standard perception roll.
Yeah, I'm just putting looking in and sniffing the wind.
Mm-hmm.
Normal human things.
Of course.
Perception. That will be what is 9 plus 8? You ingrate.
17.
17. Thank you.
Okay. Good to know. So you are simultaneously splitting your attention between driving the cart and keeping your eyes around you in the orchard. D, would you like me to describe what you notice in chat, or would you like me to describe what you notice out loud?
Your preference, whichever is easier for you.
Okay. So you take a moment while Connie is driving and while you are kind of reading your book, just a little bit, but also sneaking glances at Connie as you do. And as you are studying her, sitting next to her, you do notice that there is something definitely an arcane nature about her dress. You have before in your line of work encountered objects that have similar properties. They've always been bags or satchels or haversacks. It does appear as though the pockets of Connie's dress function as such containers.
Okay. And Maltion will just go back to reading their book.
Okay.
I noticed Maltion eye my dress.
What's your passive perception?
18.
Are you trying to hide the fact that you are examining her dress?
Oh, absolutely.
Go ahead and make... We'll call this sleight of hand.
Sleight of eyes.
Boop. That's 10.
Okay, so yes, you do notice as you were driving the cart for the better part of the first hour, you notice that Maltion keeps sneaking glances over at you, and you're not looking at your face, looking at your dress.
You know, you could probably pick up a dress just like this at a church or saloon if you wanted to join up.
I was once told that if I stepped foot inside of a church, I would burst into a ball of flames, so I don't think that's exactly my environment.
Well,
It is very pretty, though.
thank you. It has pockets.
Very deep pockets.
Yes, very deep indeed. Although, whoever told you that is mighty rude, and that would not happen at the church or saloon.
I've been told that before as well.
Well, if you ever need to store anything, these pockets are quite deep.
I will keep you in mind.
I'm gonna put my hands in my pockets. Everything still there?
Yeah, nothing seems to have moved since you last put anything in there.
Cool.
So what exactly is the plan once we get to Kin?
Oh, I plan to make contact with a governor friend of mine. There's some business that's meant to be happening out this way that may be related to what went on in the forest, so... Two birds, one stone.
Also, if we... if it's still a while before we can be able to walk around with our newly acquired items, I do have a contact in Lurin. But how far away is Lurin from here?
You would know that it is northwest of Kin, approximately 2 days travel.
But it's a little bit out of the way. Maybe another time if we have to go this way again.
Does that contact of yours, Keon, also discreet enough to remove certain insignia? Because if so, we may want to detour on up there.
I feel like he might have some ways of going about it.
Something to consider then.
Something to consider if everyone can't get papers for their items.
Also, Harper, remind me, if the things are in my pockets, they cannot sense that there are magical items in my pockets.
To your knowledge, your pockets are extra-dimensional spaces. They are not on this plane.
All right. And for temporary purposes, if need be, we can store some things in my pockets.
As far as you know, have you ever tried to smuggle magical items into a city before?
No.
Okay, then make for me an intelligence check.
Good. Not her strongest suit, but we'll see. That is a 17.
17. You are reasonably sure, given what you know about this dress and its properties, that you could probably get anything into a city past magical detection.
Hmm.
You don't know for certain, but you're reasonably sure.
Do I know that Kin has, magical detectors?
Have you ever been to Kin before?
Wouldn't I have had to pass through on the way to Trivik?
Not necessarily. Depends how much direction you came from.
How many other cities were there on the way?
You can see the map of the Ankala region, yes?
Where?
It is, so...
Pinned messages. Discord.
I see it.
Mhm.
Yes.
So, Kin, you do actually have to take a bit of a detour south from the Great Road east. So you would not necessarily have passed through it on your way to Trivik.
Gotcha.
I don't know, did you? It's up to you.
50-50. I'm just gonna roll a dice. If it's odds, I did. If it's evens, I didn't.
Okay.
It is a 13.
So yes, Connie, you have been to Kin before. You would know that the guards in Trivik were a little bit lax. They seemed to be either pretty young or didn't care that much about their jobs. Kin is the capital of the Ankala region. You know that they care a bit more here. They're a bit more by the book following procedures. You did not notice upon your entry devices for the detection of magic.
Regardless, once Kin becomes in sight, I'm going to give my shield to Connie.
Okay.
Sounds good. Right now, I only have. I mean, a greatsword is 5 pounds, right? Isn't that what it is? 5 pounds.
Yeah, which seems super light, but that's what the book said.
5 pounds. I only have 7 pounds worth of. No, 7 plus 6.
13.
13 pounds worth of weapons and junk in my pockets.
Yeah, animated
18
shield
pounds.
is 5 pounds last I checked.
It's actually always a little bit less because it's made out of wood, not metal.
Nice. Yeah, 18 pounds worth of crossbow bolts, shield, warhammer, greatsword. That's what's in her pockets, and then other gubbins that weigh maybe 20 pounds total.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So sorry. So do you have space for everybody's thing?
It is
Okay.
60 pounds per pocket. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no.
So
Mine's only
you got
2,000.
plenty of room.
Okay.
Odias will very reluctantly give Connie the staff, and they really don't want to, but
Okay.
they will.
I promise you'll get it back.
Yes, I know.
Apparently, animated shield is 6 pounds.
So we'll say that the wooden animated shield is about 4 pounds.
Okay.
Just for Connie's math. And Odias, the necklace that you commissioned, what are you using it to do right now?
Oh, shit, what mode would it be on? Give me 1 second to look up the spell again.
Transmuter stone or something?
For the meta knowledge of everyone watching, it's a necklace of Nistul's magic aura. It would currently be.
You
It
can
would currently be.
You can basically,
masking me.
yeah, it can either mask you and make you appear as a different kind of creature,
Or make itself look like a.
Mhm. And I would say that that would actually extend to you as well. You would know that as a bloodcaster, there is an inherently magical something about you. This would mask that as well.
Okay, so I'm gonna set it to how what are the parameters for which I change them? One action, like an action to change between the two, or
It takes you a minute of concentration to change it from one mode to the other.
gotcha. So I will have it mask me to look like mask me to be a half orc and not a bloodcaster.
Okay. So if you would like it to change what you are masked as, you again are going to need to take another minute to change that. So if you want to change forms, just be aware of that. You'll still be reading half orc.
Gotcha.
Okay.
How much does the staff weigh?
The staff weighs about as much as a regular quarterstaff does. So we'll see what that weighs. The staff weighs approximately 4 pounds.
Cool beans.
4 pounds.
All right.
We're
So,
not in like a particular rush to get back to Trivik, are we?
No, they're
Because they're not
gonna
paying us.
pay us. So I would like to return in time for the trial, but we can't. If we don't make it back, we don't make it back.
I mean, we like. My contact in Lurin.
Lurin.
Let's make sure. And Lurin is not gonna be going. He's kind of permanently there. So, what is happening to my face?
You got pixel freckles. Also, I guess it depends on what Sister Ule asks to see me, I guess, so it depends what she has to say.
Yeah, we'll play by ear.
Yeah. Loosey goosey.
All right. So, at around mid-afternoon, you all have been traveling all day on the Great Road East, traveling westward. You make your way eventually out of the orchard into rolling hills, and you can see right off the bat that the farms here do much better than the farms in Trivik. There don't appear to be any that have been overly affected by the drought, and you can see running maybe a quarter mile off the road to the south of you what appears to be an aqueduct that is supplying the surrounding areas with water. You do spy quite a few people working out in the fields harvesting. As you get closer to the crossroads, mid-afternoon, you do see several people out on the road. There are merchants, especially coming from the west, and following the same route as you are, as the road forks down south, where several miles in the distance you can see the tall walls of the city of Kin. You can see that there are merchants, there are messengers, there are other wandering priests and priestesses. You do, in fact, Connie, at one point spy coming from the city another woman who is in the Priestess of Saloon garb, and she bows her head at you as she passes.
Odias will take the necklace off because I don't have the right spell anymore to do this the way that I thought I would. And I'll hold it out to Connie and say, could you tuck that into your dress for me?
Absolutely. Just gonna drop it. So I dropped all the weapons and shit in left pocket. Necklace is going in the right pocket.
Okay.
Gotcha.
And
Get over my-
Odias will take a second to transform into about a 38-year-old human woman with long blonde hair, It goes just past the shoulders and emerald green eyes.
Okay. How are you masking yourself doing this? Because there are
I'm
more people on the road now.
so the thing about oh, you meant like masking myself from people that are around?
Yes.
Oh. I'll cast minor illusion and have just an opaque stretch of material in front of me, and I'll do it like piece by piece as we go along. Yes,
okay.
Because
Okay. So over the better course of an hour, with very small, minute changes to their appearance, Odias, who did look like Maltion, now appears as a human woman.
And what name would you like to be going by?
Ilana Wellspring.
Yolana Wellspring. And if anyone asks, I suppose we're just saying that we came from Trivik. Oh,
Of course, that's where we're coming from.
Of course. A horse.
All right. So after about 2 hours of driving the cart, you all get within the shadow of the walls of Kin, and you can see that there is a short line, maybe 5 people in front of you, waiting to enter the city. And as you queue up your cart, it takes about 15 minutes for you to get to the front of this line. At which point there is a guard wearing the uniform of the city guard in Onkalo's colors. And he will walk up to the driver's side of the carriage and say, names?
Kaneki.
Ilana Wellspring.
All right, and you two in the back?
Jade Minnow.
Keon Shop.
All right. Could I have licenses, registration for any magical items you have on your persons?
Of course. Connie will present her the papers that say Kaneki.
Okay.
Yeah, Keon will also provide his papers.
Ilana will provide hers as well.
Okay. And Jade?
Jade does as well, yeah.
Okay. And just checking, which magical item registrations are we handing over?
The dress.
Okay.
Ilana does not currently have any magic items on her person.
Okay.
I have to double check actually for Jade.
Do I have papers for that?
You have a talisman. You do have a license for it.
Yeah. I'm gonna give that.
What is it licensed as a talisman of the spell that we said it was, or is it licensed as a talisman of something else?
It's a talisman of something else.
Okay. So we'll just say it's a talisman of protection then. Is what it's licensed as.
My clothes. I hand over the license for those.
Close. Okay. So all 4 of you pass over your licenses. Is Alana licensed as a caster?
No, she's not.
Okay. So Jade and Connie hand over their caster's licenses. Ilana and Keon hand over their regular licenses, as well as the registration for Connie's dress, Jade's clothes, and Keon's talisman. And he says, all right, wait here just a moment, please. And you can see that he goes over to a guard window, passes the documentation through, and is making notes on the clipboard that he's carrying. And after about 45 seconds, a minute, papers get passed back to him. He hands it back to you, says, enjoy your time in the city. If you need any help, guardhouses can be found every 4th city block. Please do not hesitate. We are here to help. Enjoy, Kin. Completely flat-faced, no smile.
Thank you kindly. Wink and wave, and
would you be needing directions to the city temple?
That would be lovely, actually. I would love to give my regards to sisters there.
Certainly, if you go to the main city square, which you can't miss it, to the direct west of there, maybe a mile, you'll find Temple District.
Thank you kindly. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day.
You as well. And you see one leaf of the large door in front of you open, and you can drive your cart on through.
Alright.
I want to cast Intellect Fortress on myself.
Okay, you do so.
I'm going to say that Keon has not been to Kin before,
Okay.
and hearing that there's a guard tower at every fourth corner, he is now going to be clocking every single guard that he comes across.
Okay.
Also, Keon's just gonna lean over while out of earshot of that guard. Keon's gonna lean over to Adias and is like, "So, how many sets of papers do you have,
Enough.
if you don't mind?" Okay, that's fair.
The other two, our friend Maltion that you're more used to seeing has his own. The other two, not so much.
No need to explain that.
All right, and you drive your cart into the city of Kin. For those of you that have been to Kin before, you know that this is a coastal city. There is a large harbor district in the south, and you can see this reflected. All of the streets, including the one that you just entered from, slope downward to the south. The roofs are tiled and patterned in many different colors, and the front doors are painted in vivid shades. You can see almost the city spread out before you as you are situated at the top of the hill at the entrance here. You can see that there are several what look like bazaars and plazas. What you are entering into right now is very much more of a... you can see rest stops and inns lining the area that you are walking through right now. You can tell that many people come and go from Kin. As you make your way, you can see up ahead in the distance, maybe 12 blocks ahead of you, a very large bricked plaza that has a large bronze statue in the middle of a human man wielding a trident and a net. Where are you all headed?
Do we want to stop by an inn first and get situated and then spread out wherever we need to go so we have a place to come back to?
Well, I'm assuming you won't be needing us. Would you be needing our assistance when you meet your contact?
Oh, no. I think my friend prefers,
One-on-one?
yes, something of that nature.
Figure that. So I assume that we're probably gonna get... Are you going to see your friend Connie tonight, or are you going to wait till tomorrow?
I could see Sister Yule now. Would like to be back at the inns for evening time goers to read some fortunes, get some coin, you know, that sort of thing. So probably go now, but you're welcome to come along with. Just want to find a place for James Baxter to rest.
So, how about this?
Wrong again.
No, because I realized something. Baxter can be the last name. It can just be like the Asian.
It can
like,
be. You
Baxter.
didn't say it that way.
But I am now.
I mean, me and Jade can take care of the inn while you two go see your respective
Sure it can.
contacts. Divide and conquer, as you may say.
All right, let's yeah, let's find it in, I guess, or Los Virginia.
Yeah. Well, going. Worst comes to worst, you can always send us a message and we'll get it to you.
That's true.
Don't know what you're gonna do. Was it Alana or Elena?
Ilana.
Ilana.
I can also send messages if need be.
All right. Sounds like a plan.
All right, let's find that inn.
All right. And with the party splitting ways in this brand new city, that is where we are going to take our break. So please go ahead, get your bios in, get a drink of water, and we will see you back here in 10 minutes. Hello, everyone, and welcome back. So, we are in the city of Kin, brand new to some of our party members. In old, maybe not a haunt, but definitely a place that they have been before for others. And we are going to start with Keon and Jade. You are finding an inn to stay in for the night. What are you looking for?
Mid-tier.
Place with windows.
Okay.
Because one of our party members loves windows.
Go ahead and both of you roll for me an investigation check.
I think I can do that.
I literally just had a dice out here for roll. There you are.
14.
That's all you, Jade.
What did you roll, Keon?
What am I rolling? Investigation?
Investigation. Okay. Did you roll a net one?
Oh, I rolled a 3.
Okay. Cool. So a 5 and a 14, huh?
I did not.
I'm too distracted by all the guards that are on every fourth block.
That is fair. Every fourth block you do see that the buildings here do seem like they're all 2 stories. And you can see that every 4 blocks, like clockwork, there is a 3-story tall building on the corner that is painted a deep red color, deep russet red. And you can see that there are guards stationed outside. City guards. And as you are driving the cart down this road, as Connie and Ilana both hop off, you see this very frequently. Not only that, but you see that every couple of minutes you pass by a patrol of 2 guards that are just walking the streets, keeping the peace. There is definitely more of a presence here than there was in Tribeca.
Yep.
Definitely, Keon's like hairs are standing on his ends. It's like I don't like this much coverage.
And as you are going down this main thoroughfare, if you choose to split off, you can. But there are a couple of names that stand out to you as you pass by the inn. You see the Crowded Shark. You see the Impolite Cushion. You see the Empty Fowl. Oh no, Alicia's laughing at one of them.
No, you're good. Keep going.
Okay. But there is a veritable smorgasbord of inns to choose from. You are definitely in the part of the city that travelers come to first. You are in the entryway.
In the part of the city?
Mm-hmm. Yes, you are.
Like I said, Jade's looking for basically a mid-tier spot.
Okay.
I mean, I know Keon's not seeing it, but me, the player, is very partial to the Impolite Cushion.
Okay. Actually, you know what? I would say that both of you would have seen the Impolite Cushion. Go ahead and make me, I almost said observation check, maybe a perception check.
Oh, I'm just good at that.
I am proficient in that.
Not my stat.
Woo! That is
17.
22.
Okay. So you'll notice about the Impolite Cushion, that it's definitely an inn, and that one can stay the night there.
Mm-hmm.
One can also purchase other services there.
Mm-hmm.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Yeah. You think Darby's trying to disappear? Connie wouldn't have a problem with that.
I mean, listen, Connie would have a great time.
So the Impolite Cushion, you can see, is a brothel. Definitely meant to serve travelers.
don't have a problem with it. Do you?
A place to stay is a place to stay.
Probably's got a variety of pillows, you could say.
That's quite some rude commentary.
What?
All right,
It's
and
rude.
as
I was making a joke because impolite cushion. Never mind. This is why I don't do jokes. This is why I don't do jokes.
No, it's fine. That one was my fault. My bad.
So as you pull off to the side of the thoroughfare in front of the impolite cushion, you can see there is a human woman with dark brown skin and black hair who steps up to take the reins of James Baxter from you. And she says, "Welcome to the impolite cushion. Will you be staying with us for the evening? I'd be happy to stable your mount."
Yes, we certainly will be.
Sorry, I can't.
That wasn't a yes. All I said.
No.
Reminder to future Harper to tag this episode as 18 and up. Okay. So she's basically grabbing the reins from you.
Alright. Hop off.
If you'd like to go on and head inside, we'll see if we can't get you situated for the evening.
Thank you kindly.
And as you enter, and you see that the lights, the lamps that are hanging on either side of the front entrance here are in fact red lamps, is what first clued you in. And as you walk in, it is a fairly dimly lit tavern. There is one fireplace, and it is, even though it's still fairly early in the evening, the sun hasn't even properly set yet as you are entering Kin. You can see that the fire has been going for quite a while. It is pleasantly warm inside. And you can see that there is almost a pinkish glow to the establishment. And there are a couple of patrons at the bar, and there are 2 people working at the bar behind the bar. And one of them sees you walk in and says, "Oh, welcome. How can we help you today?"
We're looking to settle up a couple of, how many rooms? 4?
Yes,
2?
you do. Well,
4.
4 rooms, and will that be with or without extra accommodations?
2 of them, I'm not sure. Then looks at Keon. Yourself?
I guess let's have a little fun tonight.
There you go. Good sport.
All right. Please go ahead and fill this out then, and you'll see that this very tall, jet black scale dragonborn man will hand you a form and a quill and say, "Please fill out whatever preferences you have here." And you will see that it is a veritable, everything that they could possibly ask you about your preferences and about what it is that you have, your likes and your dislikes. There's availability for it on this sheet.
A dragonborn, you say?
Yes.
Don't see a lot of those around.
Are you saying that out loud?
That's not what I'm saying out loud. I'm
Okay.
saying that in my mind, because you don't see a lot of those around.
Yes. Matte
And,
black
there's-
scales.
Jade's going through a list and everything, seeing all the rights, just like, that's why I liked it here. Now I remember.
Will we be having extra accommodations for you as well, ma'am?
Yes, please.
Alright, and you will get a similar checklist, and the 2 of you can spend however long you wish filling those out. And you can go ahead and just message me anything you'd like me to know about what's on those checklists. Oh, you gotta love the ace DM running a freaking brothel scene. Yay.
What are
I-
Keon's preferences? Now I have
Oh.
to think about
Keon's
this.
kinks!
Harbor, I love you so much. I just want you to know that. I just want that to be clear. I adore you.
Oh, I'm so glad. That makes me feel better.
I respect you being able to commit to the bit.
Yep. I am here for your all's enjoyment and no other reason. Okay.
Just chopping at the bit to see what's in the brothel.
I mean, you could literally chop on a bit there, but okay.
Saddle up and see what's gonna happen.
So we're gonna jump over to Connie. As two of your party members are filling out this extensive checklist, what is it that you are doing, Connie?
I'm heading over to the Temple Saloon to go speak to Sister Yule.
Alright. So, you are following the guard and the gate's instructions. Make your way.
I've been through Kin before, then I actually do know how to get there.
Oh, right, that's true. Okay. Still probably the easiest way to get there.
Yeah.
I don't think you spent a ton of time exploring Kin's back streets.
No, probably spent time fleecing rich people for money by giving them shitty tarot readings.
Nice. Okay. So you make your way down the entryway thoroughfare to the main plaza, which you can see is about a half mile on each side. This is very large, bricked. There are stalls everywhere. People are selling things. You can hear the barking of merchants and people who have set up very temporary shop. You can see that there are, just looking at the expanse of this plaza, there are at least 5 different pairs of guards on duty and patrolling. You would know this, Connie, as you approach. You can see that the large statue in the middle, which is at least 20 feet tall, and made out of very weathered bronze. Out of the 3 points of the trident are a small fountain that is splashing into the base. And you can see that there are some people who are sitting at the fountain, talking, doing some washing. You make a right turn, turning northward at the plaza, and make your way through. And make your way toward the temple district, where you can see that there are multiple large temples built to a variety of deities. And make your way toward the familiar Temple of Saloon, which is a large midnight blue building with twinkling white candles as the sun sets behind the western wall of Kin. You can see the small stars start to twinkle alive, and you can see, as on every Temple of Saloon that you've ever been to in your life, the phase of the moon projected on the door in magical paints, and you can see that tonight is the full moon. As you make your way inside the temple, it is fairly occupied, actually. There are many people in the pews. It is a full moon service. So you can see that there are many worshippers in the pews, including several families. You can see that there are other sisters in their priestesses' garbs walking through the temple, and you can see up front, running the congregation, is the High Sister Yule, who you recognize as a pure white feathered Aarakocra with a spray of black feathers at the back of her head. How well would you know Sister Yule? Have you met her before? When you came to Kip?
I think Connie would have exchanged a few words with Sister Yule, but nothing super concrete. Probably just sort of passed through to see if the church needed anything that she could assist with, and if not, she would have sort of moved on.
Okay. So you would know that she is a very polite, very firm woman who stands very much on tradition. And you see that she is standing at the front of the church, and she is orating. She is giving a full moon blessing to all of the attendants of the church, and it's fairly easy for you to slip in the back unnoticed and take a seat in the rearmost pew.
Yeah. I'm just gonna sit and listen to the service, pray. I get this is a Ron and Darby who does not do religion things, trying to be a religious person. I guess pray and say along with Sister Yule, I guess.
However it is that the typical service goes. How does a typical service look in the Church of Saloon?
God, I don't know how services work in an actual church in our real human world.
The great news is, literally all of the ways that you want. There's so many religions.
Okay, Sister Yule is probably just like, I guess like a college lecture almost, like not really but like reading certain passages and interpreting them right in relation to things that have been happening, or like the moon or some shit. I guess, yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Congratulations, that's what they all do. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. So you sit, and you've definitely come in the middle of the service. So you don't have to wait for very long, 10 or 15 minutes, before the service wraps up. And you see that people start to make their way out. Some drop silver in the collections plate as they do, which you would know is traditional, to only pay using silver in the Church of Saloon. And before long, it is you and a couple other priestesses who are cleaning up after the service, and Sister Yule, who does not appear to notice you as she folds up her holy book, which is almost the size of a folio. It's very large. And tucks it underneath her wing and starts to move toward a door in the back of the church.
I will move, not like running, but kind of quickly, and sort of quiet. When I'm like, 10, 20 feet away, be like, Sister Yule.
Oh, Connie, it's so lovely to see you again.
It's lovely to see you too, Sister Yule. I heard that you had asked for me? A mutual friend, I think, passed a message along.
Yes, why don't you come into my office and we'll talk for a moment.
Alright.
Cool. And she will lead you through the door that she was heading to and down a small hallway toward a teak doorway that opens into a very tidy office space. You can see that there is just enough room for the desk, for a bookshelf that is lined with tomes, and for a rather stiff-backed chair for guests to sit in. And she'll gesture and say, "Please take a seat." And she'll place the holy book on her bookshelf and take a seat in her own chair with a groan. Just go, "Ugh. So, I had word recently that you were in the Darmond Forest. Did I hear correctly?"
That is correct, sister.
I have word from my sister, the head of the Celestine commune. I believe you've made her acquaintance.
Where is the Celestine commune?
Roll for me an intelligence check.
12?
Yeah, okay. So you recall that Ren mentioned to you that the name of this particular commune that you found in the woods is the Celestine commune.
Okay. That is... She said, I have word from the head of the Celestine commune.
Yes.
Was that the end of her sentence? Like... Was that like a... I'm ending my sentence here and expecting you to respond.
Yeah,
like
she was basically asking to be like, is that true? Did you meet and speak with her?
That is correct, sister.
It's been too many years since I've seen Feloriel. But,
Nothing, sorry. That was me.
okay. She tells me that you aided in a spot of trouble that they were having. I wonder if you wouldn't mind telling me about the nature of it.
Absolutely. Although might I ask if this place is, if I'm safe to speak freely without,
Oh, of course. And you'll see that she'll reach forward and she'll hit something on the underside of her desk. And you will see silver arcane symbols glow on the inside of the office door and the inside of the window behind her. You are safe to speak freely here.
yes. We did have a spot of trouble up in Darman Forest. Seems that the Empire was trying to burn and utilize the residents of the forest for their own means.
I see.
My companions and I aided one of the defenders at the commune in pushing back the onslaught. There was an arbiter there, a singular one. Her partner had seemingly moved further east, past Trivik, and well, there is no arbiter there anymore.
And you will see as you're telling her of this, there's very little expression on her face. Her beak is just a flat line across her mouth. It doesn't show any reaction whatsoever. You can see her eyes, which are old. You can see... How much would you know about Aarakocra, Connie?
How many Aarakocra are around the Empire?
They are not very common.
I give it like a 60% chance.
Roll for me just a general intelligence check then.
Okay.
A lot of those from Connie tonight.
Yep. Oh, that's an 8.
Okay, yeah, you have no idea how old this woman is. That's fun.
She's like 40 or something.
You don't know.
Darwin knows Aarakocras don't live that long.
You know. But you have no idea even what her relative age would be.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, to have taken on an arbiter and lived to tell the tale is no small feat. Why did you help?
Sister Yule, are you familiar with the name Vidalis?
Yes, I am somewhat familiar in the old families.
Then allow me to reintroduce myself. Connie Kania de Vidalis at your service.
I see. Well, that certainly explains much.
Didn't hurt that there is an old friend amongst the commune.
Yes, I've heard. You're acquainted with Ren, are you?
You could say that. Ren was a friend that I made in my third area that I was kept up in. Longest place I stayed.
I see. Well, happy circumstances brought you two together then. He is one of our most discreet agents.
Yes. They've grown quite a bit since I last saw them.
Connie, I believe it's time to bring you into the inside.
The inside?
Yes. some of the things that you may be somewhat familiar with that goes on behind closed doors in the Church of Saloon. As you likely know, given your status, the church is very good at keeping people hidden and on the move. For a number of years now, we have been working to ensure the safety of those that the Empire would see harmed. We do this as quietly as we can through reforming of partnerships with the old communes and conclaves who, though they may not practice in the same way as we do, worship the same goddess. We take those who the Empire would otherwise see destroyed, and we see them safely to new homes. I believe that you met two such girls.
I did. I don't remember their names, but Connie would remember. They started with Z's.
They started with X's, Zani and Zatra.
Ah, there we go. Zani and Zatra. Cute kids.
Very talented in ways that are no longer appreciated, unfortunately. And so, your actions in the forest and knowing what I now know of who you are, I believe that your role as a wandering priestess may be useful to us.
I'm happy to be of service.
We are looking to establish a connection with one of the communes, one of the conclaves that has fallen out of touch in the last couple of years. Normally, you understand, unless something remarkable happens, we only hear from our sister communes perhaps once a year. 3 years have gone by since we've heard from the Sorex commune. We would appreciate if you would go and check on their well-being. Unfortunately, I can't give you the exact whereabouts. Those are kept from everyone, including me, except for our traveling agents, but I believe that I can give you the approximate location.
That would be most helpful, sister.
All right. And you would find the Sorex commune somewhere in the eastern region of Naland. I realize this is asking quite a long journey from you.
Let me take a look at our pinned map real quick.
You would know that Naland is on the opposite side of Shura from where you currently are.
Oh, mama! Okay. Yeah. And we're in Kin?
You are in Kin in the Onkalo region.
Oh! Buggity-doo!
For everyone who can't see the map in chat, it's far. It's far.
I will maybe put the map up on screen for just a moment so everyone can see. But yeah, it's a distance.
I see. Do you have any idea where these agents are? If you're still in contact with any of them?
We have a few agents. We generally tend to keep their identities secret so as to protect their identities on the road. The only reason I mention Ren is because I know that you encountered them.
I see. Do you know anything else specific about where in Eastern Nolland? A forest, a certain region?
I am aware that it would be in the forest. The Sorix commune is located on what we used to call a ley line before they faded from the world. I wish I could tell you exactly where that was, but unfortunately that knowledge is lost.
Alright. I will do my best. Approximately how long does it take to get from where we are to Nolland?
If you took the most direct path to Nolland, it would take you approximately a week and a half, 2 weeks. Closer to a week and a half if you had a good solid horse and cart.
Oh, that's actually a lot less worse than I thought it was.
Yeah, the empire is of a reasonable size, that's for sure. But
Where's your capital of the empire again?
that would be in Brugge. It is almost actually directly north of where you are now.
Goody. Sick. Alright, cool. Well, three years, and no one from that commune has come and gone since?
No, and I haven't been able to contact anyone from there. It's possible that my contact has passed on, and that's why I can no longer reach them. We're not sure what has happened. And like I said, we don't have exact locations. So it's not easy to find someone trustworthy who can go searching.
Would any of the churches in Nolland maybe have a better idea?
It's a possibility, although it's been some time since we've heard from our sister churches there. Word doesn't make it out here as easily as you'd think. The ways of the traveling priestess are dying.
This is true. Well, I'll see what my companions think, and I'll try and see if we can head out there sometime. At least in the next month. That's alright with you, Sister Yule?
If these are the companions of which Felurian spoke, then you should feel free to bring them into the fold.
I think that they would, take quite nicely to this, endeavor.
I'm particularly interested, actually, in the companions that she mentioned. If they're willing, you can always bring them by for a service.
I'll see if they are, willing to swing by. I will, let you know, however, before I take off in that direction.
Yes, please. How long do you anticipate staying in Kin?
A day or two, perhaps. We're thinking of heading a little northeast of here.
Northwest.
The place northwest of here to a friend. One of the companions has a fellow in that area who can do some work on some items. We were hoping to get done, so we'll see how long that takes, but maybe a week at most.
Alright, well, let me know when you're leaving, and as always, You are more than welcome to rest your head here for the time.
Thank you kindly. I think my compatriots have found accommodations somewhere in the city, so I will be joining them. And knowing that this is a good place to speak, I might bring them back here to speak more, perhaps.
Of course. We're always happy.
Thank you kindly, Sister Yule. Was Kin the city that Sister Liliana talked about having a possible contingent of silver ladies?
No, that was in Einar.
And Einar is...
That would be the capital of Jindash.
Holy shit. Actually, that's not that far from here.
I would say that you've probably passed through Einar before. It's about a 4-day journey.
Yeah, I would have definitely passed through Einar, I
Okay.
think. That's actually not far off the way. If we take a boat. Are those rivers big enough to take a boat through?
Some of them. Have you ever taken a boat?
Maybe cross the river. Like, cross, but not up.
Mm-hmm.
Are they big enough? Those look like big fucking rivers.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, cool. Sister Yule, I'll be off. I have some more business to tend to. I think some people in the city might need some fortunes read.
Of course. As always, represent us well.
Of course. By the by, have you heard of any interesting news of late traveling through these areas?
Anything interesting? Beyond what I'm sure you learned from Ren, not much. They're the last outsider that came through here.
Good to know. They stop by here often?
Oh, we'll see them every 5th season or so.
Alright, sounds about good. Thank you very much, Sister Yule. I'll be out of your feathers just now, rightly.
And you see the corners of the eyes crinkle in a smile. May you walk in the moon's light.
May you as well. Connie will curtsy and take her leave.
Okay. And before you leave, she will tap the underside of the desk again, and the arcane silver runes will vanish.
Cool.
Okay.
Scoot my Buddha over to a nice looking inner tavern and start fucking fleecing people for money.
All right. You find your way to the Wayfarer Inn. You can see that it is a very, very nice inn that is actually situated on the main plaza that you pass through. And the clientele here are of the wealthier cut.
Cool. But not wealthy enough for them to be like, we're going to kick you out of this establishment.
You look clean and you're wearing priestess's garb, so you're probably fine.
Cool. Connie is going to talk to the proprietor, ask to set if it's all right if she sets up a table, and do so.
Mm-hmm. And the human man with a very oily voice will say, Of course, please feel free. If you need any extra help, just let me know. I know everybody around here.
Oh, thank you kindly. If you wouldn't mind just directing a few people over my way, I'm sure I'd be happy to give them a reading.
Certainly.
And she'll just go set up in a visible area.
All right.
Crystal ball center, cards, cup of tea.
All right. And we'll say that, go ahead and roll a charisma check for me.
Can I roll with persuasion?
This is just a charisma check.
Okay. No, I don't trust this dice.
We're seeing how you do.
17.
Okay. So you do pretty well this night. The patrons are kept well. I was gonna say well lubed, but that's different. That's a different place that we're gonna be going. But they are kept well. I love all of you so much. Provided for, and you manage to make over the course of the evening 90 gold. They're very well off, these patrons, and you are doing an excellent job reading for them.
Alright, man. Should make 90 gold. Holy guacamole. Any interesting stories? Anything interesting?
You can see there's at least one infidelity that's come up to you looking for assistance. You can see that there is a young man who wishes to be betrothed to a woman who is technically supposed to marry someone else. There is a child out of wedlock. There are a lot of scandalous stories of the upper crust of kin. The upper crust who are still low enough down to be hanging out in this particular inn.
Connie is definitely taking notes. Like, not visibly, but it's like, and oh my god, she said that. She's using that to help with her readings.
Gotcha.
In the future.
Okay. And while you spend your time telling fortunes, we are going to hop on over to Odias.
Yo.
So once you separate from the group with the sun beginning to go down past the western wall of kin, what is it that you are doing?
I am going to find a secluded alleyway or area, make sure that I'm alone, and then cast greater invisibility on myself.
All right.
Also, after that's done, I will then make myself look like Shade, just because that's how that works in their brain. They're like, no, Shade does this. And then, I'm going to try and find government buildings, and I'm going to try and suss out where exactly this governor that I've been sent to speak to is.
Okay. And what method are you using to try and find the central governmental buildings of this city?
I would like to use detect thoughts.
Okay.
And I'll.
Okay, so you're just gonna cast detect thoughts and kind of ping around to see what people around you are thinking about?
Yep, I'm gonna use it to I'll probably focus on guards and I'll just hopscotch until I find directions to where I'm going.
Okay, so to do that, you're probably gonna have to be walking along at least a street.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So are you maintaining your invisibility while you're doing this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or wait. No, I could not because detect thoughts is also is greater invisibility concentration?
I believe it is.
So I forgot about that part of 5th edition. I guess I'll just walk around as Ilana then.
Okay.
And I'll ask a guard, excuse me, I had some business that I needed to attend to. Where are the governmental offices for Ken? I'm new.
Oh, certainly. And you see that he'll turn around and he's got a very intense 5 o'clock shadow bagged under his eyes, and he'll say, certainly, you're gonna want to go through main plaza, and then make a left so that you're heading eastward, and then you're gonna want to make a right-hand turn so you're going toward the harbor, after about 15 blocks. It's a pretty big building, City Hall. You can't really miss it. I don't know how much later they're open tonight, and he'll kind of be gazing at the sun, trying to gauge the time.
Oh, I just had something that I had to drop off at the front desk, but I will hurry my way over there. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome.
And I will go off, just walking through the streets, trying to think of ways to scare people and not coming up with anything, until I get to City Hall.
Okay. And you follow the guard's directions. They're not the best, but they get you there. And you see a large, sun-bleached building that is probably, from what you know of the region, meant to pay homage to Ankalo. You can see that there are very bleached white by the sun seashells set into the lower layers, the lower levels of the walls, set into the stone of the walls. You can see on the upper floors there is a relief that shows orchards into hills, into forests, and you can see on either end there is a relief of a coastline and fishing boats with different colored sails all brightly flying in the wind. It's beautiful, if definitely old.
Okay. And then once I get to the threshold of this building, then I'll cast Detect Thoughts, and I'll start looking for the person I'm looking for in people's heads as I sort of just meander through.
Okay. So you walk into City Hall, and you can see that it's definitely closing up shop for the evening. There are, almost like at a bank, different windows where there are people that you can speak to. Behind a gate, you can see that there is a door that leads into the back. There is a large central waiting area where there are benches. And you can see that there are maybe 3 windows open with people to speak to, and only a couple other civilians inside. As you ping through the thoughts of these 5 people that you can see's heads, one of the women seems to be very concerned with the rent on her building. She appears to be a shopkeeper of some kind, and she's speaking to one of the tellers, who, as you ping into his head, is not at all paying attention to this woman's problem. He is counting down with militant efficiency the seconds until his shift ends, which is exactly 2 minutes and 49 seconds from now. One of the other tellers is speaking with a dwarven man who both of them seem to be having a slight polite disagreement about fishing regulation, and there is a teller who is sitting up attentively and looking at you expectantly, but as you read into her head, you just hear her singing a song in her head. She is trying her best to look pleasant and pass the time.
Okay. I'll walk up to her and say, "Excuse me, I'm from out of town, and I believe that I had a package for, what is this name here?" And I'll shuffle through a bunch of papers in my side satchel. For Calf Gellis, I think.
Calf Gellis. Do you have to remind me, is that a name that I should know or no?
That is the name I was given for the governor of Ankalo.
Okay. Calf Gellis, package? Are you delivering? Because if there were any packages that were meant to be picked up, I'm sure that would have been delivered already.
And I will, I'm assuming this is like an actual bank teller's office, so there's like a little desk where I could write something if I needed to.
Yeah.
With my hands under that desk, I want to cast Minor Illusion and hold up a paper and say, "No, I'm to pick up something, actually. Unless this is the wrong place. I'm sorry, I don't exactly know where I am."
I mean, you're in City Hall. That's definitely where you should be if you're looking for anything related to the governor. Can I see that?
Yeah, absolutely. And I will pretend to drop it and go, "Oh, damn these hands," and bend down underneath the the shelf for a second. I will cast. Let's say. Actually, I will probe deeper. I don't need to cast it because I've already cast it. With her mind, now that her mind is on the governor, I want to just probe deeper with detect thoughts.
Okay. And she gets a saving throw with this, is that correct?
She does, and I'm going to spend some sorcery points to make her make it a disadvantage.
Okay.
3 sorcery points, to be exact.
Good to know. Okay, she's a civilian. So that will be a 13.
13 is a fail.
Okay. And Detect Thoughts, I believe, lets you know what is currently on their mind, something that they...
Insight into its reasoning, its emotional state, and something that looms large in its mind.
Okay. So you can tell that she is incredibly confused at the moment. You are currently standing in the lobby of City Hall where the governor works, saying that you're picking up a package for the governor. She is incredibly confused. That is the emotion that is at the forefront of her mind, and she's trying to understand exactly where the mix-up might be. You can tell, is also a little nervous. She's fairly new at her job. She's at the end of week 3.
Okay.
So she definitely is not the most confident in what it is that she's doing, working here at the front desk for the City Hall. And you sense that she's afraid that she's going to be reprimanded if she does anything wrong.
Gotcha. But I don't pick up on any particular information as to whether the governor is still here.
You haven't yet asked about the actual governor, so she's not actually thinking about him at the moment. She's just worried she's doing her job incorrectly.
Okay. I will stand up and go, "Thank you," and then walk away. And then turn down one of the other hallways in City Hall.
So it is actually, there's only the one doorway, and it is a doorway that leads to the back area where the tellers are, and you can see that there's a doorway behind that. But there's a guard standing at this door.
Then I will walk out of City Hall.
Gotcha. Okay.
And it is still afternoon time at this point, yeah?
At this point, the sun is fairly, it is definitely getting close to the horizon. It has gone beyond the walls of Kin, which are fairly tall.
Odias will just sort of say to themselves, "All right, I guess we do this the other way then." And I'll cast sending and find Jade.
Okay. What do you send to Jade?
My contact is going... I forgot, I gotta count words. My contact is going to take a bit longer to get a hold of. Whereabouts are you all?
To Jade, correct?
To Jade.
Yes, that was sent to Jade.
Say again, sorry, there were loud noises on my end. Sorry.
It's my contact is going to take a bit longer to get a hold of. Whereabouts are you all?
All right, we're at the impolite cushion. Just go on and come by whenever you're done.
Nope. No.
Ask if they want anything extra.
Oh, would you like extras?
Maltia or Odias won't respond to that question with another sending spell. And they'll just throw their brow for a second. And then just try and find a place called the Impolite Cushion. Around whereabouts where I got off the wagon, I'm like, use that as a starting point. Like, I know that they were there last time I saw them, so it's gotta be in this general area.
Okay. So go ahead and just make for me an investigation check to see if you can find it on your own or if you need help.
Cool. Let's see. That is a 19.
A 19. So you make your way back toward where you parted ways from Jade and Keon, and you see maybe halfway between the entrance to the city and the Grand Plaza, you see at this point with the sun down, a very cozy looking spot with red lanterns hanging on either side of the door, and with the sign that says the impolite cushion over it.
And I will walk in.
Okay, and as time has passed, it's been a couple of hours at this point. There are many more patrons in the bar now as Keon and Jade, the two of you, have been filling out your checklists, have received drink and food for the evening, and people have filtered in. You can see that it's a very mixed clientele of who is here. There are definitely a wide variety of people who make their way here in the evening. And Odias, you see sitting, are you at a table or at a bar, Keon and Jade?
I'd say we're at a table since we were waiting for Connie and Odias to make it back.
Alright, so Odias, you see sitting at a table near one of the windows of the establishment, Jade and Keon.
Ah. There you are.
Oh,
Hello.
There you go.
Do you still look like Ilana?
I would probably be Maltzion at this point.
Okay, so we could say that you would have found an alleyway to change into.
Well, this place is populous.
Yeah, it was less busy when we first got here, to be honest. But hey, we got the room secured, so we're not worried about that part.
Yeah,
Just gotta
good.
figure out if you want extras or not.
Extra what? Pillows?
Sure.
I don't believe I understand.
If you would like company for the night.
I feel like I'm missing something.
We're in a
I
brothel.
apologize. What?
We're in a brothel.
I don't know what that is.
Huh?
Mm,
It is,
Shut not doing this one.
Oh, and does Jade will just take the question seriously. I'm just like, oh well, typically it's a place where you exchange money for usually sexual intercourse related services, but not necessarily.
Oh no, thank you. I am fine.
Okay. Yeah, I left it up to you. We said we just told them.
Right, yes, no. And yes, thank you.
Are you gonna be okay?
Yes, I didn't know that there were like places where that was a thing. That
Oh,
was
yeah, it happened. Very frequent in very large cities.
Yes.
yeah.
Very much so.
Great. Fantastic.
This one has a very extensive menu.
And at this point, actually, the matte black dragonborn, who you would have by now learned his name is Brill, will come up to your table and say, one of your other companions, I assume. Are we getting a meal and a menu for them as well?
Just the meal for this one.
I see. Anything in
Thank
particular
you.
that strikes your fancy?
Charred meat, super charred.
Oh,
Extra
food. Yes.
Yes, regarding the food.
Just a well done steak, please. Thank you.
Very well, we can do that for you. And will, sensing your discomfort, just make their way back behind the bar.
Do you want to sit by the window?
That would actually, Yes, thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna switch
Yeah, we'll
seats.
switch over. I'm sorry if this made you I didn't realize. Do we need to find somewhere else for you? Sorry, it wasn't the
No,
goal.
we're completely fine. I just need to relax myself, is all.
Okay. Would a shiny rock help?
What?
Jade will point to. Are you wearing the opal necklace Jade gave you or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Jade will point to the opal like that. Does that help relax you?
Mm, I maybe not in particular. If it's just a gemstone.
Are you a crow? Do you like shiny objects?
Yes, I don't exactly understand what was implied by that comment, but
What? I think shiny stones are nice. What's wrong with that?
they're nice. It's oh god, I started copying your accent. I'm gonna cast calm emotions on myself.
Okay. I believe that calm emotions is just a radius effect, isn't it? It is a
I
20-foot
put them
radius
in cool.
sphere centered on a point that you choose.
Okay, then I won't do it if I catch other people in it.
That might be a problem in this city.
Yeah. I mean, certainly, if you have something to give to me, I don't mean to refuse a gift. It's just shiny things don't, in particular, calm my anxiety. No.
No,
Does
fair
that
enough.
work for yours?
Yes, actually. I'm quite a big fan of them.
Hmm.
I don't wear a whole lot because, fighting, but I like them.
Yeah. I do have a proclivity for certain pieces of jewelry, but gemstones aren't exactly the largest part of that.
Yeah. Would you say you're jaded to their charm? Oh, too easy. Too easy.
You're certainly something.
I get that a lot.
That's unsurprising.
All right, and at this point, Connie, you would have been fortune telling for the better part of 2 hours, almost 3.
Yep. I think at that point she probably would wrap up and she would pass along 2 gold to the proprietor and be like, "Thank you so much for letting me set up shop. I'm sure I'll be back sometime soon."
Oh, you're very welcome. Can we get you a room here?
Unfortunately, I'm actually staying at the church for tonight, but thank you so much.
Shame. Well, if you ever in the future wish to spend, just let me know.
Of course, of course. I'd be charmed to come back to this fine establishment. She'll blow a kiss and then walk out the door.
Okay.
But I tipped him for letting me be in the space.
Mm-hmm.
2 whole gold. I hope he wasn't paying attention to how much gold I earned.
All right. And what are you doing once you leave?
Using sending to figure out where we are.
Okay. Who are you sending to?
To Jade.
Okay. So
All right,
Jade, at this
wait.
point in the conversation, you hear from Connie. What do you say?
Coming back, or where should I head to? Have some potential travel things to talk about and plan in private Thanks a bunch. Connie.
All right, send him back. Impolite brothel, and Jade would try and give some sort of the shortest set of guidance to get there possible from the drop-off point.
Mm-hmm.
Do you want extras?
So impolite cushion. Do you want extras?
Impolite cushion. Do you want extras?
Connie is not going to reply to that.
Okay.
Why don't they ever reply?
Right, okay. So impolite cushion,
Because it's another
coming
spell
out of
slot.
direction, like even if it was just like 5 minutes from drop point, something like that. So there's a little bit of it, but yeah. But
Right.
it will end with, "Do you want extras?"
Okay.
Nobody responds. I'm just trying to be helpful.
So Connie, it's about a 15-minute walk, but then you see on the side of the main thoroughfare that you came in on a snug little place with red lanterns beside the door that has a sign that says the impolite cushion over the doorway.
Ah, interesting. Alright, I'll head in to the impolite cushion.
All right, and it is where previously the you all have been here long enough to notice the very gradual difference taking place. Where previously when you came in, the light was almost pink, and there was a haze settling over the room. Now that the sun has set outside, and there is just the one fire burning low with a candle at each table, the light inside of the impolite cushion is a flickering red. You can see that there is a haze in the room of incense, of perfume, of smoke as people are enjoying themselves. It is quite crowded. Almost every table is occupied. And you see, Connie, your 3 companions sitting at a table by the window.
I will make my way over. Are there people who are workers of this brothel just kind of hanging around at all, or is it all just to order?
Make for me a perception check. I actually need 2 checks from you. One is a perception, one is an insight.
Okay, 21 for
Okay.
perception. And insight. Insight was a 19.
Okay. So you can see, looking around, that there do look to be a couple of people who appear to be on the job at the moment. They are out in the room. You can tell that they're on the job because, reading them, they're not all particularly interested in the people that they are being paid to socialize with. You two, actually, Keon and Jade, would have seen on your menu that there was an option for extra for companionship for dinner as well as afterward. So it's an option. You can see that there are a couple of people who seem to have selected that option. The employees are all doing an excellent job of performing interest in their companions, but you can tell that not all of them are the most enthusiastic at the moment.
Okay, because Connie is always down for a good tumble in the sheets, but she's definitely more in a I'm going to flirt, but not fuck mood.
Gotcha. Okay.
But she'll make her way to the table. So she's just eyeballing to see if there's actually any people on the floor who just
I mean, there are not people just walking around who are, looking for people to, no, this is definitely a, that sounds weird. I was gonna say this is an a la carte kind of place. You have to order it from a menu, it's not just gonna be given to you.
It's not a buffet, it's
Yeah, no, you have to order from the menu, and one of those things is companionship for dinner.
Gotcha. Okay, she'll just make her way over to the table. I see what you mean by extras now.
Yeah. I wasn't sure.
Yes.
Can I insight check one too?
Go
You
ahead.
don't need to. You're uncomfortable.
What's your passive insight, Connie?
21.
Yeah, okay.
You-
Odias looks uncomfortable right now.
Odias? Or what form is Odias?
I'm
in right
Multion currently.
now? Okay. Multion, you alright?
I'm doing fine. How are you? How did things go?
Things were interesting. We may have it's not really a job, because I don't think we're getting paid, but if it's anything like the last situation we were in, we may find ourselves with interesting end things.
And would this have to do with working with the church?
It would.
Interesting. I suppose I should study that book I borrowed.
I suppose you should. Sister Princess Yule would love to meet the rest of you all if you are all inclined to do so. That being said, it's also a secure location to be away from little birds listening in. But if
Alright.
that's something that interests you all, that's something we can do tomorrow. But how was your little gallivant, Maltin?
It started how it normally starts, to be honest.
I don't know what normally starts means. Would you care to?
It's usually. I am not a particularly. I don't go very well at being unnoticed, so I rather decide to be noticed in a way that I can manipulate. Which certainly happened, but we'll see how it progresses tomorrow. If there are any alarm bells, just don't bother with them.
All right. Well, Jade, Keon, anything interesting besides companionship in his here fine establishment?
I mean, no, we mostly just sat down, ate, and selected from the menu, really.
And it's at this
Good one.
point that Brill will make his way over and say, and I assume that this is your fourth companion? Welcome. Can we offer you a meal and a menu?
I'll take a look at your meal. Meal menu, but
Is she? Oh, sorry. Did you? Never mind. Jay's not gonna say anything.
So Brill will say, I'll go ahead and grab you something to eat, and please feel free to peruse, and we'll place a menu in front of you.
thank you kindly.
And he'll throw you a wink before he goes back behind the bar to grab you some food.
Was that a genuine or it's like a service
Roll
like, I am paid-
roll an insight check.
Yeah.
That
It's
is
like
that.
Are you like you're cute or like I am paid to make people think that they think that they're cute?
Are you trying to flirt with Darby? What?
23.
Yes.
He is both paid to make people feel as though he likes them and is flirting with you.
Oh,
It is both are true at once.
Porky
Alright.
does.
Okay, yeah. Connie is like looking through this menu.
Okay.
Okay.
It has a veritable smorgasbord of options. You can really select anything.
Oh, they're
Proper
real
DM'd
thorough.
you.
Okay.
They are thorough.
Okay. That's pretty easy to do. Go ahead and actually roll me we'll make it sleight of hand or stealth, your choice.
God, I'm not good at either one of those.
If we're still looking for like jobs to do, I'm pretty sure my contact in
Oh,
Lurin-
thank the Lord. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm pretty sure my contact in Lurin will be more than happy to exchange our services for his services.
I think the
That'd be most welcome.
location we'd be heading to would be in Nolland, so a couple days detour is not unwelcome.
Can I get everyone's passive perceptions?
18.
12.
One left!
What is it? What is passive perception again?
It's 10 plus whatever your perception bonus is.
Alright, so it's 14.
Plus proficiency.
Plus, well, yeah, whatever your perception is.
Oh.
So that includes
Oh,
proficiency.
So it's 14.
Okay. So no one notices,
Of course.
but Odias does turn. It's hard to tell in the red lighting of the room, but the cheeks flush a much deeper shade.
Oh? Oh?
None of you notice.
That that sounds good. I have no qualms against heading further east. I think it would be great to talk to the church lady about that tomorrow. I'm going to go to sleep.
Oh, all right then.
Did you want anything for the men? Did you eat already?
Here's your key.
Oh, right. Food. Shit.
You did in fact have your meal brought to
Okay.
you. Yes.
Did you want your other meal? Another meal?
Be nice. Be nice.
Yeah.
Small town, go ahead, get some rest.
Right, I see.
Okay, bye.
Have a pleasant evening, Maltion.
Yes. Good night. Valtian will run up the stairs.
Okay. So, for the rest of you, depending on what selections you make on the menu, you will have different prices for the evening. Maltion, your room is 2 gold for the night. I would say, based off of what you selected, AJ, sorry, Keon, your room is 5 gold for the night.
Cool.
And as you
Just
make
like,
your
whoa,
way...
whoa, don't call me out like that, okay?
Keon,
Top of the...
your room is 5 gold for the night. As you eventually make your way there, you find 2 people waiting there. You see a half-orc man and a dwarven woman both waiting there for you. And you see that both of them appear kitted out for dom work. I see that Darby has DM'd me. Okay. So, as Keon makes his way upstairs, you make your way over to the bar, and you begin flirting with Brill. Would you like to do that with me, or would you just like to say that you flirt with Brill?
I have one line in my brain.
Sure, let's hear it.
One line.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
So Brill is leaning on the counter toward you with the menu in between the 2 of you.
Yeah. Now, I'm curious here to see what boxes I check off to get you in my bed.
Oh, I see. And he'll take the quill from you in the menu and he'll start going through and checking off boxes for you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, that's it. That's the only line I have.
Okay.
That's it.
And so your room for the
What
evening,
boxes?
room for the evening, Connie, will be 4 gold.
Cool. What boxes do I have to check to get you in my box?
And he does, so he goes through and checks the boxes.
Cool. 4 gold.
Mm-hmm. And Jade, you make your way to the room for the evening, and you basically have ordered the surprise me.
I did.
So you see that there are 3 people waiting there for you. You see that there are 2 other humans, and you see that there is a, sorry, what are they called? Halfling. There's a halfling, and they basically inquire, any particular one of us, or all 3 of us, or a combination. It's really up to you.
Let's make one big party. Why not?
All right. And so your room will be 6 gold for the evening.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. And with everyone passing their night in whatever it is that is comfort for them, that is where we are going to close tonight's session. Thank you all, everyone, for watching. And before we go on a raid, I am going to let my beautiful, wonderful, amazing, talented players talk a little bit about who they are and where you can find them. So as always, we are going to pass it first to my right to Alicia.
Hey, I'm Alicia, or NNG98 on Twitter, where I tweet random things and make puns, which I shall also do the same thing on my Twitch channel, which is now Petty Energy. I do puns, swear, I swear while I pun, and also play video games. It's good stuff. You can find me on Wednesdays over at Critical Misses channels for Under the Pale Coast Sun. Here, obviously, for Hidden Magicks. Fridays for Tales of the Ages over on the Fey Realm. I am one half of the Tortella Y'all podcast, which will be back once I am done moving. I feel like I'm forgetting something, but worst comes worst, just follow me on Twitter. Again, that's NNG98 on Twitter. Thank you.
And we will pass it on down to AJ.
Hello, I am AJ, also known as Husha Kid. You can find me on the 3 T's of social media, Twitch, Twitter, and TikTok as Husha_Kid. I am a part of a production for an anthology film series with elements of magical realism and Filipino culture called Witness to a Devouring Monster. We are a POC and woman-led team. You can help out and contribute to this project on the Seed and Spark link located in my bio on Twitter. We are, at this point of recording, we are almost at 3K raised. And there's going, when this episode comes out, it'll be 18 more days that you can contribute to. On the first Wednesday of every month, you can find me on Misty Mountain Legends on Twitch at 7:30 p.m. EST, playing your cool bro cleric Dolph. On Tuesdays, you can find me playing Monster of the Week on the Fey Realms Twitch channel at 8:30 p.m. EST, smashing and banishing monsters as Valorian on Institutionalized. He sounds like Winnie the Pooh, and it may have been one of my worst character mistakes that I have ever made because I have to do that for the next couple of weeks. But that is completely okay.
All right, and we will pass it on over to the left to Darby.
I'm Darby. I've been playing Connie. You can find me on Twitter as @DarbyPack. That's my real human name, but really I'm just a possum in a skin suit. You can, when I'm not here on Sundays, you can find me elsewhere on this channel on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Tuesdays for Darby's Dungeon, where I play a variety of different video games, and Thursday for Co-op Chaos, where I play video games with other people. You can also find me as a co-host of Chaotic Creations, a podcast where we take weird prompts and make weird TTRPG characters. Harper is my lovely, wonderful partner in that endeavor, and this endeavor of the Chaotic Pod Twitch channel. When I'm not on either of those franchises, you can find me on the Critical Misses channel. On every single show we were running this season. Mondays for Kingsguard, a Roll20 spotlight game of D&D 5th edition. Wednesdays for Vampires the Masquerade, Under Pale Cold Sun, and Fridays for System Crash, playing Who Knows Who and Who Knows What. So this upcoming Friday, ignore me. I don't know what's coming up this Friday. What's already happened was Necrobiotic, so, you know, if you want to go check that out, you can check out the bot on that. You can also find me as the community lead for the Fey Realms, an inclusive TTRPG space that Tales from the Amazing Ages is hosted on. I am not on any of the shows, but you can catch me as your local egg ghost taking care of your Discord, Nightbot, and other such things. So, yeah, that's where you can find me. Pass it along.
Yep, pass it on up to D.
Oh, hi. I'm D. I am a voice actor, streamer, musician, professional GM with the Emerald City Game Masters Guild. I also am a GM with Magpie for their created play program. I play Julian Bataille in Crimson Spires, a Woodsy Studio visual novel available in Steam and soon coming to Switch, Xbox, and PS5. You can also catch me as Hreshfell, the space captain in Starship Iris. That's why it didn't sound right. Starship Iris. You can follow them on Twitter. I was in an episode of the podcast. It was a great blast. On Mondays, you can catch me as a Deizuko over on Critical Misses in Kingsguard. Tuesdays, you can catch me on my channel where I will stream something random. Who knows what it could be. Wednesdays, you can catch me over on Critical Misses for Under the Pale Cold Sun, like two of my lovely kindred mentioned. Thursdays, you can catch me on my channel for the best in video game esports, the Dub Club. We've never lost a single game ever before in our entire lives. There's no need to check the VOD because I just told you what happens at the end of it. You just don't need to. You just don't need to. It's a waste of bandwidth. On Fridays, you can catch me. I can't talk about that. On Saturdays, I sleep, and on Sundays, you can catch me right here for hidden. Wait, yes, I can. What the hell am I talking about? For Fridays, you can catch me on the Pharaohs for Tales from the Amazing Ages. I don't know why I thought that was a secret. I'm the narrator over there. Things are gonna get wild. I'm gonna put those kids through so much. It's gonna be great. And on Sundays, obviously, you can catch me here for Hidden Magicks, where I play a mess. And that's me.
And I am Harper. I have been your Dungeon Master for this evening. I am a podcaster, streamer, general TTRPG nerd about the internet. You can find me everywhere on social media as Harpersona, or on Twitter as Harpersona Games, because Harpersona was banned. Other places on social media include TikTok, where apparently I'm now a TikToker. It's a thing. We're rolling with it. You can find me here on Chaotic Pod on Thursdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. Thursdays and Saturdays playing a variety of video games, and on Sundays, obviously, for Hidden Magicks. You can find me on the Critical Misses channel on Mondays for Kingsguard, a Roll20 Spotlight show playing Shoshish Astruris, and on Fridays playing a variety of different characters in a variety of different systems, and occasionally GMing, maybe? I don't know, we'll see. You can also find me as the co-host of two separate podcasts that my lovely co-hosts here have mentioned. The first is Chaotic Creations, and the second is Tortal Y'all. Be sure to check those out in your podcast listening devices. We are going to go on a raid now. Be sure to check the chat to see who it is that we are raiding. Please stick around to help support us and support our friends. And we love you very much. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. you.